The Healing Lives Center is a center for sex trauma and marriage education and transformation, and has the critical mission to strengthen that which God created and values, marriages and the nuclear family. Dr. Gilbert, your host, aims to provide important teaching on tough topics, great interviews and conversations, and tools just for you, all emphasizing a biblical worldview. Join us now with today's feature. Welcome to the Family Features Podcast. My name is Dr. Corey Gilbert, and today I have an amazing chance to interview someone who's been on this podcast many, many times, and this is my daughter, Mylie. Hey, Mylie.
Hello.
So glad to have a conversation with her. It's been a while, but this has been some of my favorite times is having these conversations with my daughter, Mylie. So, Mylie, how old are you now?
I am 12.
12 years old. Amazing. And growing up to just an incredible young lady, which also means the stage of life of a 12-year-old dealing with crazy brothers, dealing with crazy I guess parents, and all that kind of stuff. But today we're actually going to talk about American Heritage Girls. So can you tell us a little bit about what is American Heritage Girls?
It's kind of like a Christian Girl Scouts. We do it at our church. It's just girls. There are different sections. Pathfinders, which is like 5 and 6, I think. Tenderhearts, which is like 7, 8, 9. And
ages 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Yeah. And then Explorers, which is like 10, 11. Actually, no, I think it's 9, 10, 11, which would move everything down a bit. So, and then Pioneers, which would be, actually, I used to think it was 3 ages, but it's actually just 12, 13.
Okay.
And then the last group is Patriots, but since Pioneers and Patriots have the same requirements, we actually are kind of grouped together.
Nice.
I am now a Pioneer.
Yay. Age 12. Awesome. So tell me, we started, your mom, so Kelly started the troop with some other moms about 8 years ago at our church, Salem First Baptist here in Salem, Oregon, because there wasn't anything for girls. And it's just from the beginning been huge, been really neat. Mm-hmm. So you've been in it for 8 years at least, something like that. Yeah.
No idea, because I guess if I minus like 5 or whatever, or 4 from my age, that would be 8. So I minus 4. So yeah.
So tell me about your experience with American Heritage Girls. What's been some good experiences you've had, adventures you've had? Tell me some cool stuff.
I have made a lot of friends.
That's a big one right there, friends. Yeah. What else?
I really have enjoyed like working on badges, and now that I am actually a Pioneer, I get to help plan events, and nice. I'm actually planning a lock-in for January.
Nice. So that's a big thing right there. So you have merit badges or badges, kind of like merit badges in Boy Scouts, which is basically a list of requirements, which helps you learn something, and you've enjoyed that.
The annoying thing is, as you get into the higher ones, they get annoyingly hard.
They get annoyingly hard. Yes, they're supposed to. That's good. And then you said friends. That's a big one. Like if we do stuff with people, it's almost always people that we want to invite that are going to be from our circle, which happens to be a lot of
American Heritage Girls and CC, Classical Conversations.
Yeah, that's neat. Neat. And then you mentioned planning something. That's a big deal. You're planning an event.
Yeah. I'm planning it with 2 other people. I am really excited and nervous because it's my first time ever planning something for AHG.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, that's neat. You're learning a skill to plan something that actually a lot of adults have a hard time doing. So that's really cool to see that. And then it's different in terms of Boy Scouts where the parents lead it, right? And they're trying to make some changes to do some more leading on your part, like the planning of stuff, right?
Yeah, we recently did a thing where we each got to, they gave us a list of little roles and we could choose the ones we liked and then they would give us one.
Nice.
People who need it more than others would get the job that they want because you have to have a certain amount of leading to get something.
Okay.
So I wanted to get helping out with the flag ceremony, but I just got announcements. It kind of bugged me because I always help get people together for the flag ceremony.
That's part of it. You can't always get what you want there, but next time maybe. Yeah. But it's neat to see that what's happened with our family, because this wasn't really on purpose. It became on purpose when we actually had Kelly and some other moms started talking about American Heritage Girls, but we had Cub Scouts on Monday nights. We added AHG and then later Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts. We didn't have leaders to continue that. But to basically be about coming together on one night a week instead of having all these commitments. And it's all on Monday night. Because for a lot of us families, a lot of nights out and commitments to things gets pretty exhausting. So we wanted to have everything on one night, which has been nice. As a whole family, we go over to our church. We're a part of these different things, and then we come home.
Yeah.
How about what kind of the outings or adventures have you guys had over the last few years?
Most of the time we do camp out. Sometimes we've had the family camp out.
Oh yeah,
which,
every May we've had a family camp out at Shampooey
well, it used to not be
and
at
some other
Shampooey.
places.
I remember we used to always do capture the flag with the Cub Scouts, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, and those crazy Cub Scouts grew up, and then
One time at one of the campouts, we were in cabins, a
mhm.
big cabin, which was really cool. And all the Boy Scouts were in tents, and it rained.
Yep, that was the first one we attempted to do with them. The girls were all in this nice log cabin with fireplace, and all of us boys and their parents were out in the rain. It was
I,
miserable and so much fun.
and then we played capture the flag the
Yep.
next morning.
Yep. Yeah, so we have great memories with that. And that's the point of kind of what we wanted to talk about a little bit today was what you commit to it actually as a family, and this is by the parents, not the kids. The kids can give their opinion, but the parents commit to it. It influences who your kids become friends with and who they do life with, the kind of adventures they have, the kind of experiences we have. And so we've gone to Silver Falls and we've done hikes and we've done lots of other kind of adventures.
It's been a long time since we've
I
done
know
a hike.
we haven't done that in a while, but that kind of stuff's been part of our adventures to the coast and some things on the coast. And so, but even the thing you mentioned too is your friends. This becomes where you get your friends from. So my encouragement to you as parents is to really think through and pray through what you commit to, because again, this is going to be your kids' friends and your kids, the people they invite to birthday parties and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of our sales pitch, if you will, about American Heritage Girls. Now, let me tell you about a difference. So, why American Heritage Girls? It's basically like a Christian version of actually more Boy Scouts than Girl Scouts. And there's another one called Trail Life, which is the Christian version of Boy Scouts. Why we can continue doing Boy Scouts? Because the reason is because they have the leadership of it. Whoever owns the troop, which is the church for us, can determine who leads and kind of how it's run. So we are an overtly Christian Boy Scout troop, where that's a part of who we are and identity and all the families involved. And we're part of different churches. And so American Heritage Girls is another one of those kind of coming together as Christian families that want to raise up our daughters to have adventures, but also skills and tools to help them be healthier, stronger members of society. And if you think of the names of each category, what does that sound like? Each of the age groups.
Well, the first one, Pathfinder, it's you're figuring out your way.
Mm-hmm.
Tenderheart, I guess it's being kind-hearted.
Okay.
Explorer, you're learning more. You're just figuring out even more about the world. Pioneer, Patriot. I kind of wish they had chosen something else. I don't.
Well, those sound very much like it's funny living in Oregon, like the Oregon Trail, like kind of the making a way in terms of settling somewhere. And
I don't get why they chose Patriot though.
it's that word that has to do with even the Pledge of Allegiance and the idea of to God and to your country, that piece right there. So it's interesting to see. And so American Heritage Girls was started because of the lack of some of these kind of things for Christian girls. And so it's been neat to see Mylie and others that we know involved in American Heritage Girls. And then our Boy Scout troop is very much a Christian group with dads leading that actually mentor the sons and build relationships. And so it's kind of neat to see that, and then to have done that kind of side by side as a family, which is really cool. So what else do you have to tell? Do you anything else about American Heritage Girls that you want to tell?
You should join.
You should join. Okay, yes.
I can't really think about anything.
Yeah.
I feel like friendships, badges, and events are pretty much the three main things.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And actually, another one is the leadership. So as you take on leadership positions as you get older, you're learning to interact with adults. You're learning to take on stuff that, again, a lot of adults can't do. So that's really neat.
Planning this lock-in, I need to ask two adults since they know people at two different places if we can get free food for the lock-in. Pizzas and muffins.
Muffins. So if anyone has access to pizzas or muffins,
well, we know people.
Well, but anyone else listening, I'm just kind of kidding. But there's your sales pitch to, hey, pizzas and muffins. But that's good. So that's a little bit about American Heritage Girls and my daughter. Oh, what?
We also do service projects.
Oh, I totally forgot about that one too. Yes.
At one time we did a day camp at a church, which is actually where we're doing the lock-in.
Nice.
And there's this giant pile of mulch or bark dust or whatever it's called. And we were supposed to start putting in the flower beds, and I had so much fun. We made like forgot what we called it, but a canal of something. We made it because of one of my friend's shirts, and it was so much fun.
Nice.
Every year we go to Horses of Hope and clean up poop, spread bark dust, clean stalls, and then take a picture with the horse.
Nice. Yeah, and that's actually been neat to see how you've grown to really like horses from that. And
I don't know if that's why, but I just always loved horses.
That's neat. Yeah, that's neat. So that's another, again, service projects, a big part of Scouts and American Heritage Girls, which is really cool. So attempting to build into them a bigger picture of the world, exposure to different things, all the way from leadership, but also to service. So thank you, Mylie, for having this brief conversation.
Yep.
It's amazing to see how you're growing up. Love it.
Sometimes I don't feel like I'm growing up that much, but
yeah, you are. It's really cool. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Family Features Podcast. It's been an honor to serve. If you're struggling and in need, Dr. Gilbert provides a free consultation for new clients. Check out his website at healinglives.com to book a call. If this has been helpful to you, please share it, leave a review, and help us get the word out so that we can see lives changed, marriages touched, and more people come into a life-changing relationship with Jesus Christ. For more help and resources, check out Dr. Gilbert's website for books, courses, and more trainings at healinglives.com. Bless you and your family and all God wants to do in and through you. Remember, your marriage and family are worth fighting for. This is Dr. Corey Gilbert. See you next time.